Commander ZYX Thorian stood in the engine room of the captured human vessel, his crystalline appendages hovering over the control panel. The ship had been abandoned 3 cycles ago, left drifting near the Proxima border. Intelligence suggested it contained experimental human technology that could turn the tide of the war. Begin analysis, he commanded his team of Vrelian engineers. They dispersed throughout the chamber, their sensors probing every surface. The ship's design was crude by galactic standards: welded plates instead of molecular bonds, physical switches instead of neural interfaces. Yet humans had carved through 3-star systems with vessels like these. There had to be something the Imperium was missing. ZYX Thorian approached the main reactor control station. Most of the console was labeled in the human's primitive script, which his translator struggled to parse. But one element caught his attention: a large red button beneath a transparent cover, surrounded by yellow and black striping. Above it, someone had affixed a handwritten note in multiple languages. His translator flickered to life. "Do not press under any circumstances." How typical of humans, he thought. They built self-destruct mechanisms into everything. But this ship had been thoroughly scanned. No explosives. No antimatter cores. No quantum destabilization fields. Whatever the button did, it wasn't a weapon. "Commander," one of his engineers called out, "we've accessed the ship's logs. The final entry is unusual." ZYX Thorian moved to the communications station. The engineer played the recording. A human appeared on screen, female, wearing grease-stained coveralls. She looked exhausted. "This is Chief Engineer Maria Kowalski. Final log entry for the ISS Defiant. We've pushed the engines past every safety limit. Coolant's gone. Life support's failing. We're abandoning ship." She paused, glancing off screen. "To whoever finds this boat, and I'm betting it'll be the Vrelians, there's something you should know about human engineering." She stood and walked toward the camera. "We don't build things to galactic code. We don't have your fancy materials or your elegant solutions. We build things that work even when they shouldn't. Especially when they shouldn't." A tired smile crossed her face. "And we put safety overrides on everything. That red button? It disengages every limiter on this ship's reactor. Press it, and you'll get about 3 seconds of the most powerful energy surge this side of a supernova. We installed it for emergencies, the kind where you need to choose between dying slowly or going out in a blaze of glory." She leaned closer to the camera. "But here's the thing about humans: we label our stuff. Big, bright labels. Multiple languages. Pictures, even. Because we know that someday, someone's going to be curious. Someone's going to think, surely they wouldn't leave a functional weapon just sitting here. Someone's going to believe they're smarter than the warning." Maria's expression hardened. "So here's my note to you, whoever you are. That button says do not press. In English, Chinese, Arabic, Hindi, and 6 other languages. There's a picture of a hand with an X through it. There's striping that means danger to literally every species we've encountered. And there's this recording, telling you exactly what happens if you ignore all of that." She stepped back. "The choice is yours. You can listen to the paranoid humans who over-engineer everything. Or you can find out why we're paranoid in the first place." The recording ended. ZYX Thorian stared at the red button. The ship was disabled. The reactor was cold. Pressing the button would do nothing, probably. But something in the human's tone made his crystalline structure vibrate with uncertainty. Humans had a reputation for 3 things: stubbornness, creativity, and spite. He had seen their other traps, the ones labeled safe. That exploded, the systems marked offline. That activated at the worst moments. This was different. This was labeled as dangerous, which meant it almost certainly was. "Seal the chamber," ZYX Thorian ordered, backing toward the door. We're towing this vessel to a remote location for controlled demolition. I'm not giving the humans the satisfaction." As his team evacuated, he took one last look at the red button. Somewhere in human space, he imagined Maria Kowalski was laughing. She had won without firing a shot.